started Detroit prep yet, or do you want to finalize some stuff for your own guys?
We're working on everything.
What stands out about what they are? They're going to be different looking this
Well,
year.
they're a completely different team, really. They've added some great veteran help to their team. Tim Hardaway Jr. played great for us in Dallas as a starter, and looks like he's going to be the starting three. Tobias Harris has been a high-level scorer in this league for, I don't know how many years that's been now, 12, 15, whatever it is. And then Malik Beasley is another very dangerous sniper. So they've added shooting. Their bigs have gotten better. Cunningham is in the best condition I've ever seen him in. He's playing it a lot faster and with a great level of force. And then Jaden Ivey's as fast as any player in the game. And he has had a great preseason. So I'm very certain that they've pointed to this first game in a lot of ways. So we're going to need to be ready.
Ask about Obi. Last year, him adding a shot was so big for his development with you guys. What to you stands out about what he's done better this year already, and how he can even keep growing with you guys?
Wait, he's one of our important guys off the bench. His biggest improvements, he could always shoot. His biggest improvements were defensively and with rebounding. And so we need him to concentrate on those two things. Offensively, I'm not worried about him.
To go back to Detroit, I mean, JB's a guy who's obviously coached against a lot of guys you have a lot of respect for. How do you see him? How has he changed already, just their culture? How do you see he's putting an input?
Well, they're fourth in the NBA in defensive efficiency rating in the preseason. Mm-hmm. Fourth. And they're going to be physical. Mm-hmm. They're going to make it very difficult. Mm-hmm. And we were not good in the preseason defensively. And so these last couple days we need to spend on our disposition and attitude, and understanding that Wednesday night is a make a stand situation for them.
Did you see more progress in that today when you obviously talked about after Thursday needing to see the better disposition? It seemed like you made progress in the last practice. You feel like you made more today.
I feel like we're making progress, but we gotta wait to see what happens in the games. Right. We had a lot of good practices, and then we played poorly in the preseason game. So, look, it's we'll find out a lot more Wednesday night, but these days are good days we got to take advantage of. We did some good things today. We had some mistakes today, but we're going to continue to work. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to basically ask that. That's
you want to ask it?
Okay, ask it again. Reword it. Reword it. Better version. Just with these what did these last couple days leading up to the season? For you, what do you try to focus on? Just making sure the lineup set, things like that, as you with all the same, but also all the depth lower on the.
Well, we're working on details, and we're working on competitive attitude, spirit, those kinds of things. We're drilling down on Detroit and start, doing some prep on them, and they're a much different team. And with the season that they went through last year, I'm very convinced that Wednesday night is a game at home to start the season that they're really pointing to as an important one, and so we really need to be ready.
Well, last year adding, or at least developing the shot was big for you and improving. What do you want to add or refine this year to keep growing with this team?
I feel like, honestly, I want to be the same guy as last year, bring the energy, obviously improving shooting, improving defense, improving rebounding. I want to be, that's what I want to improve in, more defensive stuff, rebounding, one-on-one defense, stuff like that. Offense, I feel like our whole team is good offensively, gifted offensively. Defense is the biggest thing for us.
Rick just mentioned defense and rebounding for you this year. What did you try to work on with those in the offseason or even in camp, specifically with skills on that end?
I mean, being able to guard 1 through 5, being able to guard guards, point guards, bigs, all around players, being able to switch on anybody. I felt like I worked on that a lot this summer, and guarding different people, and yeah.
Out of bigs versus guards, I mean, do you feel like you spent more time on the perimeter, I guess? And was it about lateral quickness, keeping guys in front of you? Was that, I guess, maybe the more important piece, or not? Was one a bigger focus than the other, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, off of what happened last year, I feel like I was playing more of the big spot. I was playing sometimes the 5 and had to guard the 5-man, or even when I was playing 4, being able to switch onto guards, 1 through 4 switching and stuff like that. I feel like the biggest thing is just being able to sit down in front of whoever's in front of me and just guard them, whether it's a point guard, wing player, or big.
How much do you think you'll be playing the 5? And obviously you still have Isaiah and James and everything like that. But I guess it's situational, right? I mean,
definitely. We have a lot of great bigs, but like I said, whenever coach calls me to be in that position, I'll be ready. So.
Where is this group most improved from game 1 last year to this year?
I feel like we have great depth. We have a 1 through 15 roster that can come into the game and give us what we need to win, offensively and defensively. Obviously, James being one of the new guys who come, he brings rebounding, he brings length, he brings speed. He's another great big that's added to this team, and obviously everybody who's here was here last year. So other than the rookies. Everybody is connecting well, and we're doing great. So
it's one thing to be excited about preseason games or reporting for camp, but this is game week. Could you describe some of your emotions that you're feeling right now?
I mean, this is year 5 for me. Kind of regular emotions right now. When the game comes, it's going to be a little different. But right now, we're just trying to get better every single day to prepare for Wednesday. So.
Go ahead.
Pacers walk into a building this year, do you guys think that teams will look at you differently based on what you accomplished last year, and do you have to be ready for that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like any building we walk into or teams walking into here, I don't want to say it's a target, but it kind of is a target that like what we did to teams last year and how far we got, the success we had, like teams are looking at that and coming in here with a different edge now. We're not like the underdogs anymore. Kind of are, but we really aren't. And teams understand that. And yeah, we just got to come out here and do what we do best and play basketball.
Talks a lot about skilled size at various positions. What have you thought already about pairing with Jarris in the forward spots with that bench group and how that's gone?
Yeah, Jay Walt, great defensive player, great offensive player. Being on the floor with him, like preseason, has been great. He's in his second year now. You can see he's learned a lot, learned the game, slowed down. But yeah, he's going to be great for us in the second unit, and can't wait to get into the real games with him.
This far into your career, do you get any sort of excited feeling still this close to the season?
Yeah. Like, it's like kid on Christmas. First game of the year. It's an exciting time just because you go through the preseason and try to, be energetic and be so happy and excited for the preseason, but we all just want to get to the regular game. So happy that, happy that the preseason's over with and we're getting to, playing real basketball here soon.
Were these 3 or 4 days between last Thursday and the practices before Wednesday, are they a little bit of a training camp mode to just kind of get all the kinks ironed out?
Yeah, I think it's a ramp-up period. It's all part of it, just going hard for a couple days, but also getting rest at the same time, which has been important in getting prepared for Wednesday.
Obi's shot growth was big last year. What do you see differently or improve from him this year, even through camp and preseason so far?
Obi? Yeah, I think just playing, true to himself, playing the right way, taking what defenses give him, not forcing anything, and just being comfortable to let the ball fly. He's really big for us, especially in the second half of last year, and the playoffs, making open catch and shoot shots, rebound, all those things. So just cool to see his growth and to continue to grow alongside him.
Rick obviously said he wasn't thrilled with the connectivity of the first unit after Thursday night. What was your kind of read there, and what have you guys tried to do to fix it and get it right over the last couple of days?
We'll be ready for Wednesday.
Tyrese, where is this group most improved from game 1 last year to game 1 this year?
Just having a year of experience, a year of growing alongside each other, getting to know each other better. Defensive principles, offensive principles, I think those are all important. But I think just our relationships have all grown a lot closer to be prepared for this year. I think we've had the least amount of roster turnover in the NBA. So, we'll be ready to go for game one. Excited to go through more challenges with this group.
On the other side of roster turnover, Detroit is a completely different team. How does that kind of set you guys up for a unique challenge as you open the season?
Yeah, I mean, they play hard. It's a young group that didn't have a ton of success last year, but they have a ton of talent, and they also have a great coach in Bickerstaff. And so I'm excited to play against them. I think that they're part of the young group in the NBA trying to find their way and make noise in our league. So especially early in the year, when everybody's 0-0, it's a fresh year, so they get to put everything that happened to them last year aside, and it's a new year for them and a new year for us. So we just got to approach the game the right way because we know, you watch them in preseason, they're playing really hard, really together. So we're looking forward to it.
How do you see JB's influence work on them already? I mean, how are they a different team because of him?
Yeah, I mean, JB is one of the best defensive coaches in our league. He proved it last year with Cleveland, and his track record speaks for itself. So, you see how good they were defensively in the preseason, but I think they're just playing inspired, man. They're all young guys trying to prove themselves, similar to what our group is. So I think it's cool to see, and Coach Walton over there. So it's always fun to play against those guys. I've gotten to know Bickerstaff pretty well through Luke. So look forward to competing against them. JB and Luke are both great coaches, and we'll have to be ready for the challenge on Wednesday.
You have so much roster continuity, but you look around the support staff and coaches, very similar as well. How can that help, get this team off to a good start because you all know each other so well?
Yeah, it's been a fun training camp just because this is the first year of my NBA career that I haven't had a coaching change in any way. We have the same coaching staff. Usually every year I've had a new head coach, a new defensive coach, a new offensive coach, some changes every year. It's the first year where I can say that hasn't happened. So it's really, I think, cool for us. And at the same time, they get to grow alongside us, figure out what we're going to do differently, implement some different things, have conversations with us more openly because we all have closer relationships. So it's been really good for us, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage moving forward.
How do you like playing on the road? Do you like starting the season on the road? Did you prefer to be here?
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Don't really care. I'm excited for it because, again, Detroit didn't have a very good year last year, but the start of the year is always good for everybody because you start fresh. It's a fresh perspective for players, but it's also a fresh perspective for fans. So we expect to see a good crowd in Detroit and then go into a place that we know pretty well. So we know that it'll be rowdy in there as well. So it's all the fun of basketball, and of course we'd love to play in front of our fans to open the year, but I've always opened the season at home, so I'm looking forward to being on the road for once.